to performing, operating in a society. So, if like we are as citizens are complying with the norms of society, we are not doing anything which is illegal or harmful to anybody, right? So we are doing that part. I just need to understand why it is necessary for companies, according to you kids. That much part, if you can open the discussion with, because I have certain questions regarding CSRs for the companies, corporate social responsibility or social responsibility for the company. I have certain questions. I have certain views which I would like to get answers with the help of you guys. ठीक है? तो प्लीज एनीबडी जस्ट अपना माइक अपने फेस के पास रखना और टेल मी योर व्यू कि व्हाट इज सीएसआर, व्हाट इट शुड बी एंड व्हाई कंपनीज आर सपोज टू फॉलो नॉर्म्स ऑफ एसआर. ऐसा क्या है कि कंपनीज को सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी निभानी चाहिए?
सर कभी भी बिजनेस स्टार्ट करने टाइम पे
बेटा तेरा माइक
सोशल
बहुत दूर है
वेलफेयर
तेरे
देखना
मुंह से.
जरूरी है.
If somehow you
सर
can keep your
मतलब
mouth
कभी भी
closer
अगर
to your,
बिजनेस
नहीं आई बेटा आवाज. Let me check. From my side, it is good, and I have switched on the complete voice. Maximize the volume. So now, please you try to, or else you can message me in the chat box. है ना? वहां पे मुझे लिख के बता दे. I think I'll be able to get the idea. And any other kid whose mic is working properly, please tell me. नहीं बताओगे? One kid has told me because social welfare is important. Okay, fine. That point is acceptable, but I have certain questions with regards to it. Can you imagine if tomorrow there are no companies in our country or in the world? What would happen? See, all of us basically are in need of the source of earning legal money, you know, so that we can fulfill our own requirements. And companies is the only thing which creates job. Every country has multiple natural resources. We are aware of certain countries. I can recall the names like Somalia, Nigeria. There the technology is not that much good. That country is able to utilize its own source or bank of raw material. So every country is rich with certain different types of raw material or natural resources, and they need a system in which those raw materials can be processed to create a finished good, and that finished good is going to be consumed by the population or society. If tomorrow there are no companies, then we can simply forget about anything that we are looking. There would be no cold drinks, there would be no chips packet, even there would be no flour, there would be no processed rice in our home, there would be no dal coming to our home, we would not be able to get anything. The clothes that we are wearing, the vehicles that we are driving, in the homes in which anything and everything is installed, AC, light, fridge, refrigerator, what do you call, fan, all those things are given to us by the company. And those companies have utilized the raw material available in the country. Iron उन्होंने जमीन से खोद के निकाला था. If any kid has ever seen the ore of iron, it is as good as dirt. एक गंदे मिट्टी के अलावा या पत्थर के अलावा कुछ नहीं होता है, right? And we cannot use iron in that form. All of us have seen trees with woods, but those wood are we are unable to use until those wood are converted into table or chair. All of us have seen cotton or might have seen cotton in farms, in agricultural farms, but that cotton in its true natural form, we actually are unable to use it. Right? So all these are basically raw material or resources. And companies are required to create a system or a system of machine in which these raw materials can be put to create or manufacture the processed goods, so that we as humans, as civilized society, can start consuming those things. So first part as a social welfare that company is doing is converting the idle raw material into usable finished goods. This is one part, which again is very, very important for social welfare, right? Second part that the company is doing is employing the people of society, so that those people don't start wasting their time. They apply their time productively to convert the raw material into processed goods or finished goods, and in return they get their salary. With that salary, they are able to legally purchase the items available in the market. So companies are producing the goods and companies are creating the consumers also. And consumers are able to acquire those products legally by purchasing, by having the exchange, आप product दो मैं आपको पैसा देता हूँ, plain and simple. So companies are creating employment also. Third part that the companies are doing is while earning the profits, they are paying taxes to the government. With those taxes, the government is able to manufacture these roads, hospitals, schools, everything government is able to create. And with those roads, hospitals, and schools, actually we are getting the benefit, right? So I am not sure why there is this extra burden on companies when they are already doing all the jobs necessary for social welfare. That was my starting question. If companies are doing anything and everything good, then why they are, and CSR has become a law. Every company is required to spend certain amount of its profit every year, 2%, 3%. They are required to spend every year out of their profit. So if a company is earning, let's say, 100 crores, so they are required to spend 2 crore rupees as CSR activity as per the law. It's a rule now. So when company has already started converting the idle raw material into finished goods, company has already started employing the people so that they don't become the thieves or hooligans to acquire the goods that they want. They legally purchase the items by giving them the salary, and companies are paying taxes. Anything and everything was good for society for us only, because we are the consumers, we are getting the employment, we are getting the money, we are able to purchase the items, and we are getting the roads to lead us to the shops. Roads, taxes, goods, companies, employment, companies. Taxes are coming from the company, and all those things are good for us, only for us. So why the law has been passed on the companies that they should spend some more amount of money on their own for the welfare of the society. Socially, consumers prefer companies who think about the society environment, not only their profits. So it is important. Consumers prefer company. Vita, I can tell you, consumers always prefer the companies which are able to supply the quality products. Right? Consumers don't spend money only because company is doing social welfare. Consumers never spend money only because the company is creating certain schools or creating certain hospitals. Creation of schools and hospitals is basically the part of CSR. But can you imagine that if I come to you with a very bad tasting packet of potato chips and tell you that my company is going to create a school in your area, so purchase this bad packet of potato chips? Can you imagine that scenario? Would you purchase the item?
No, sir.
सच में परचेज कर लेगा? My starting line is that company is selling, or me, I am selling a very bad tasting potato chips, or even stale potato chips packet, right? So kids are telling me no, and all of us are gonna spend money. If tomorrow I tell you that my potato chips, the packet is best in India or in Asia, right? And this best packet is not gonna harm your health. It is gonna give you a lasting taste, and it is gonna provide some sort of antioxidants to you also, so that your body can benefit. Would you purchase the packet,
Yes, sir.
right? So we as consumers always go for the quality products, never for the item in which the company is telling us that please purchase this item only because we are running hospitals, only because we are running schools, only because we are helping the government. हम लोग कभी नहीं खरीदेंगे. We are logical rational individuals. We always, मैंने शायद एक concept तुम लोगों को समझाया, the concept of utility. We always try to identify when I try to sell you the marker for 1 lakh rupees. Remember, मैंने last time कहा था कि purchase this marker for 1 lakh rupees from me. Remember it?
Yes, sir.
है ना? So no kid was ready because kids were able to identify whether the item has that much utility or not. 1 lakh rupees can purchase a lot of writing material, and this single marker cannot match up with the utility that 1 lakh rupees writing material can provide, right? So we are always able to identify what is the utility, and utility that hospitals are gonna be started, schools are gonna be run, is not utility for us, because if we are purchasing any item, then it is for immediate consumption. If we purchase a refrigerator, then we start using it instantaneously. The moment man comes, engineer comes into our home and he installs the refrigerator, we start using it. The moment we purchase car, we start driving it. The moment we purchase a clothes, we start wearing it. The moment we purchase any item, we start using it. If we purchase a pen, then we start writing with it. Because our requirements are immediate and urgent always as humans. अगर भूख लगी तो खाना आज ही तो खाएंगे. ये तो नहीं करेंगे ना कि 3 दिन बाद खाएं. So वो हॉस्पिटल में जब the hospital that the company has started because of CSR, उसमें मैं I should wait till the time I fall sick and then I go to the hospital and then the doctor start treating me, is not my kind of my idea of utility. If any kid is having that kind of a utility idea in his mind, then please share with me. ऐसी यूटिलिटी चाहिए क्या कि परचेज अ बैड आइटम फ्रॉम मी, बैड क्वालिटी आइटम, एंड व्हेन यू विल फॉल सिक देन आई विल ट्रीट यू. चाहिए या किसी को ऐसी यूटिलिटी, right? So as per the opening of this discussion, I seriously am unable to understand the logic because of which companies are supposed to spend the money for social welfare, because they already are doing the job which are good for the society, you and me. वो पहले से ही कर रहे हैं, तो ये एक्स्ट्रा बर्डन उन पे क्यों? एंड सी आई एम आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन बिकॉज ऑल ऑफ यू आर गोना जॉइन द कंपनी. Some of you might start your own companies also somewhere down the line. And that day, you again, if your turnover reaches up to a certain quotient or numbers, then you again would be required to spend the money. Then you should be able to understand why this is necessary, why this is logical. Because if at any point of time, like I ask you, please give me 1 lakh rupees and I'm gonna bless you. Same thing that happens in temples. You pay some money to the priest and the priest starts blessing you, है ना? तो I am gonna bless you, please give me 1 lakh rupees. दोगे? हाँ? Right. So we all want the immediate result or utility acquired by us so that we can start using it and make our life easier. I believe I have told you the concept of product also. Product is nothing but a gap between present and future. The companies tell us that this gap between your present and future can be solved, fulfilled by my product. So if I need to look good, if I need to attend a formal meeting like I am attending with you, so I would never dare to come in front of you kids in my evening clothes. एक bandana और एक t-shirt पहन के मैं नहीं आऊंगा, right? Because this meeting is supposed to be formal. And so the gap between me able to look civilized and formal and me as I look in the evening in bandana and t-shirt is the gap. So whenever a company is gonna tell me that this coat is gonna make you look good, is this coat is gonna make you look formal, is this coat is gonna make you more acceptable in this society, I need to fill that gap. Me in my evening clothes and me in my formal clothes. In formal clothes, I can attend the formal meetings. In my evening clothes, I cannot attend the formal meetings. So this gap is a product. Every time you kids are hungry and you purchase a packet of chips or a cold drink bottle, you basically are purchasing the utility of quenching your thirst or quenching your hunger. So gap was there that your body was lacking the water or your body was lacking the food. Gap was there, right? So every product is nothing but an attempt to fill the gap between our present and future. Future should always be happier, more comfortable. So if I am hungry, then I cannot be happy. If I am hungry, then I cannot be comfortable. And the gap is food. So whenever a company is able to sell me that food, I would, after consuming that food, I would become the happier person. So me uncomfortable, and after consuming food, me happy. This is the gap. At any point of time, if a company is able to fulfill that gap, the company is gonna be able to sell me the product. And me falling sick somewhere down the line, attending the hospital somewhere down the line, company is gonna treat me somewhere down the line is not the gap, right? So let's get back to our basic question: why companies are supposed to fulfill the requirements of CSR? Help me. Now I have shared my doubts with all of you. Please help me in understanding the logic. And in the beginning, I have told you, we are not going to cram anything which is not rational. We are not going to cram anything which is not practical. We are not going to cram anything which is not practical, because we are required to apply all this knowledge throughout our lives so that we can start earning the legal, justified, rational money so that we can live like a civilized person. So I am sharing the knowledge which I earned when I was a student, just like you kids, right? And part of the experience that I have gained over the year while teaching you kids. तो वो सारा का सारा knowledge मैं share कर रहा हूँ. Same is supposed to be with you. Had the knowledge that acquired at that time. Suppose I would have learned music. मैंने गाना सीखा होता. So I would never be able to teach you in management classes because that part was not logical or rational to you kids. You kids have a different aim. You kids are not aiming to become the singer or actor. That's why you kids are acquiring the knowledge of management so that you can manage the money of those singers and of actors, right? So we are not going to acquire any knowledge, any information which is not rational, practical, applicable. So abhi tak for opening discussion, I am unable to see the rationality of CSR money. To me, it is only something forced on me because I am a company. Yes or no?
Sir, it creates good image in the market
Fine, Ferrari
and
has a
also
very good
brand.
image. Ferrari has a very good image. Lamborghini has a very good image. But we again are not purchasing. Image, seriously, I seriously tell you, beta, whenever we make any purchase, the first thing that in our mind is the utility. If utility is not there, then we would never purchase the product. That is for sure. Though we have not in person with one another, but I am sure that whenever you even purchase any item, you purchase because of utility. I can give you an example. Any company, name any company which has a very good image.
Samsung.
Samsung. So, are you purchasing their items, let's say TV or fridge, only because of their image?
No, sir.
Because they promise you that they're going to give you better picture quality. Because they promise you that their fridge refrigerators are able to keep vegetables fresh for 15 or 20 days. These are the promises that they are making. They are never asking you to purchase their item only because their image is very good. एंड ना जब मैं छोटा था तो एक 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 मैंने मूवी का गाना सुना था, इंग्लिश मूवी थी। उसमें वो गाने की लाइंस ऐसी थी कि गुड गाइज ओनली विन इन द मूवीज। So good image is seriously not much of concern to us. We want the utility, maximum utility. So in order to give us the maximum utility, the companies are required to give me the quality product only. Image good or bad, I can perceive in my own mind. Image is my own perception now. Even after purchasing the product, I can say the company is bad. Even after purchasing the product, I can say the company is good. So image is something which is formed in my mind as a consumer. And I would never purchase the product only because the company has good image. It could be one factor. If I want to purchase a fridge, then I would start comparing. And let's say two fridge, one is Whirlpool, second is Samsung, and both the fridges are offering me similar features. Then I would look into the image of the company. But I will always start comparing with the features. How much electricity consumption that refrigerator makes, how many times, how many days the vegetables can be kept fresh in that refrigerator, what are the services that the company is going to provide, how long is it going to take for the engineer to come and install the fridge in my home. All those things I would consider. So, seriously, image would come in the last if two companies are matching up to their levels. बिल्कुल बराबर होके आ रही हैं. Then I would, at last, in the end, I'll make the decision because of the image. Image is not the primary factor. At the end, it is good, but primarily तो आपको मेरे को quality product देना है. Yes or no? Anyway, so I have given you all my doubts. Corporates are paying taxes, corporates are generating employment, corporates are minimizing the anarchy in society. Because if jobs are not there, then people are gonna acquire the products by force. And that force is again harming somebody else. If somebody picks my pocket, then it is taking my money by force or by sly. And ultimately, I am the person who is losing in this process, in this exchange, because the person has not given me any service, any benefit, any value, any utility by picking my pocket. So corporates are providing the employment and they are minimizing the anarchy in the society. Corporates are utilizing the idle resources, idle factors of production. Factors of production, land, labor, and machine. These are the three factors of production that every country has. And whenever you will start studying economics, then I believe these factors of production are going to become part of your study. Factors of production: land, labor, and capital. These are the three factors of production which are globally available with each and every country. And any company which is started utilizes the land, utilizes the labor, utilizes the capital. Okay? So company corporates are utilizing the idle factors of production. Like in our country, there we are so many number of people. हम लोग 130 crores and we are still counting. We are still running. जल्दी हम लोग ये नंबर भी पार कर जाएंगे, शायद पार कर चुके होंगे अब तक, right? So labor is one factor of production which is cheap and unutilized or underutilized. That's why the corporates or the multinationals come to our country to install their factories, to establish their factories, so that they can start utilizing this cheap labor. And labor is not only that labor that you can know कि जो घर पे काम करने आता है और या जो सड़क पे गड्ढा वड्ढा खोद रहा है, सड़क बना रहा है. Those are not the labor. All of us, in terms of economics, are labor. When I went out of this country to teach, I happened to be the cheapest teacher available in the entire campus. And the amount of money that I was getting was still more than what I was getting in India. right? So, total number of people living in a country are called as labor, and that labor is utilized by the companies. So companies are going to establish their plants, factories on land. Companies are going to start utilizing the labor, and companies are going to use the capital to run the factory. This is the entire scenario. So corporates utilize the idle factors of production, and all this is nothing but carrying out the social responsibility. So why CSR for companies? Please tell me. Image we have already ruled out कि इमेज के दम पे हम लोग नहीं खरीदते. The hospitals that the company or schools that the company is going to create, we already have ruled out. कि साहब मैं जब बीमार पड़ूंगा तब देखा जाएगा, भूख तो आज लग रही है ना. आई एम हंग्री नाउ, सो प्लीज गिव मी फूड फर्स्ट. आई एम विलिंग टू गिव यू मनी, सो गिव मी फूड. At the end of the process, you tell me that part of this food money is going to go for the welfare of some other kids. Fine with me. I'm happier now because you have started giving me satisfaction part also. Only my hunger is not quenched. Some other kids are also getting food because I ate food. But I ate food is the first line. ठीक है. तो वो जो हॉस्पिटल या स्कूल बनेंगे, उससे भी मेरा बेनिफिट, पहले आप मुझे मेरे को पहनने को क्लोथ्स दो, पहले आप मुझे पहनने को शूज दो, पहले आप मुझे खाने को खाना दो. Then only you start telling me that my part of my money is gonna go for the welfare of other kids. We are the rational individuals, है ना? तो please help me in understanding कि why the CSR is necessary. ये गर्म हवा देता है क्या? सीमा मैडम बोली तो मेरे को पता है.
देखने के लिए बोला था लेकिन टेम्परेचर माइनस थर्ड क्लास है.
हाँ, और हीट का कहीं है ही नहीं इसके अंदर बटन.
ये बटन है फैन स्पीकर ऑटो स्विमिंग टाइमर रूम.
चलो ठीक है, देखा जाएगा यार. छोड़, जाने दे. दिखा देना यार.
स्पेशल ओके.
Anyway, sorry. Let's continue. So I was asking a question कि why this CSR is necessary for the companies. Please tell me. Please help me. Now I have cleared all my doubts with all of you. Yes, CSR boosts the employees' morale because as it happens, acha, because people, kids are constantly telling me the image of the company, the welfare of the society, and morale of the employees. Why we as individuals are concerned with this part that companies should do good. ऐसा क्या है कि all of us always try to appreciate the things which are good for others. ऐसा क्या है हम लोगों के पास? It is the basic genetic programming in brains of all the animals. Humans are also an animal, है ना? We have evolved from the Neanderthal monkey, Neanderthal to Homo sapien to human. This was our, because of ethics. Yes, I am trying to discuss that part only. So we all are animals, and all the animals under the sun are genetically programmed to take care of their group. वो अपने ग्रुप की वेलफेयर के लिए, प्रोटेक्शन के लिए वो काम करते हैं. If any of you kid is regular with Discovery or National Geographic, then you might have seen those programs in which the large herds of buffaloes or deer who are crossing the river or traveling from one place to another place, whenever they stop to graze, whenever they stop to eat, certain animals always keep a watch on predators. वो नजर रखते हैं कि कहीं पे कोई अटैक करने तो नहीं आ रहा. दिस इज मोस्ट कॉमनली seen in the case of monkeys. Whenever any predator, lion or tiger, is roaming around, all the monkeys start making hue and cry, so that every monkey becomes aware and every monkey can reach to the place of safety that is high top of the tree. Right. So we are genetically programmed to keep good, to do good for others. We are genetically programmed to protect the humans as a race or as a society. So whenever a company starts doing good for the society, we also feel good, and this is the part of employee morale. This is the part of ethics, because by being ethical, only we can create a system in which good is being done to one and all. So these 2 points are acceptable. And let's not proceed further in this discussion. Let's move on, because there are certain theories which I want you to understand. These three theories are utilitarian, managerial, and relational theory of CSR. And if you look at these three, the names also, because there are going to be multiple times in your life when you will see something which is not regularly seen by you, and you would be required to understand or create your own meaning of it. So I am just trying to give you that kind of a rational thinking in which you, by looking at the word, you are able to understand what the word intends to say. So utilitarian is created out of the utility. Okay? Please help tell me what it should mean in real time or as a theory. I am sharing with you what corporates are or what textbooks are saying. So please help me understand the meaning of this slide. In the utilitarian theories, the corporations serve as a part of the economic system in which the function is mechanical, traditionally known as profit maximization. Corporate is seen as only an instrument for wealth creation. And I believe I have told you that all the companies have only two objectives, either to maximize the profit or to maximize the wealth. So companies are only trying to maximize either profit or the wealth. Wealth is total number of assets acquired by the company. Profit is total amount of money earned by the company. And without earning, without maximizing profit, no company is actually able to acquire more assets. है ना, ये बात तो लॉजिकल है. अगर हम लोगों को ज्यादा पैसा मिलता है तो हमारे पास बड़ी कार, अगर कम पैसा मिलता है तो छोटी कार. So plain and simple, कि the more money company is earning, the more wealth it is able to create. Right? CSR are also based on the basic idea about investment in a local community in which the investment will be in long run provide resources and amenities for the livelihoods of the people in community. Livelihood will create income which would lead to consumerism. So utilitarian theory is only talking about the utility that the company is able to provide to the society. And this last line, livelihood will create income which would lead to consumerism, is one of the most important lines. Because in order to maximize the utility, they are required to provide the quality product. In order to provide the quality product, they are required to hire the trained professionals, trained individuals, trained workers. In order to get the trained workers, they should contribute with regards to training the individuals or the workers. So all the companies have their own training sessions whenever any employee is hired, and that training can only be provided to the educated people, because individuals are required to work on machines. So अगर अगर बेसिक उसको लिखना पढ़ना बोलना नहीं आता है, then he cannot be trained with regards to a machine. And for that training, basic education is required. So companies, whenever they start helping these schools or they start creating these schools, they actually are creating the qualified workforce for themselves, right? Whenever a company creates a hospital, they only are creating the healthy workforce for themselves. Whenever a company starts doing anything for the good for the society, they only are creating more employable workforce for themselves. This is the utilitarian theory, in which company is maximizing its own utility so that they can keep on getting the qualified workforce. They are able to acquire the required land, and they are able to access the acquired amount of capital. Land, labor, and capital, three factors of production. So companies are maximizing their utility by doing the CSR. This is the utilitarian theory. If it is clear, then I can move on. वो क्लियर था? मैं आगे चलूं?
Yes, sir.
CSR models increases business and revenue. They promote change and progress throughout the world, which often involves helping people. Yes, the same point that was written in the slide, you are reiterating that point. This point is by Mamuni. So yes, Beta, your point is correct, and it is in the line with the slide that I am showing. I was showing, right? So corporate needs to accept social duties and rights to participate in social cooperation. Within its the functional theories specifically advocates that the corporation is seen as part of economic system. Fine, understood. And they utilitarian theories are basically four: instrumental, political, integrative, and ethical. Instrumental is focusing on achieving the economic objectives. Economic objectives क्या होते हैं यार? Through social activities. What is the economic objective? Because I have told you economics, I have told you the basic of economics. That's why I'm asking this question. What should be the economic objective of any country? Economy is all about country. Economy is all about the functionality of a country. है ना? So what are the economic objectives? Only two: create the demand and then supply the required. Demand and supply is the basics of economics. ठीक? Whenever we start talking about the economics, we always go back to these two words, demand and supply. So instrumental theory only says that yes, company is instrumental in creating the demand and then supplying the products demanded. That is the economic objective. Political theories, they try to focus on the responsible use of business power in the political arena. I am not sure about this line. Please tell me the meaning of this line. Focusing on a responsible use of business power in the political arena. What do they want to tell us? क्या बताना चाहते हैं ये लोग? अच्छा, what is this business power? ये तो पता होना चाहिए बेटा. What is this business power? देख लो, सोच लो, मुझे नहीं बताओगे तो मैं क्रैम करने के लिए छोड़ दूंगा. ओके फाइन, क्रैम दिस लाइन. तो ज्यादा नहीं बताओगे, ज्यादा बात और कम बात करोगे तो एक असाइनमेंट भी आ जाएगा. It happened recently with me. Your seniors in a class were not giving the answers. So all of them got an 8-page assignment, 8-page A4 size, handwritten both sides. And the last limit of submitting the assignment was next day. जैसे मैं आज assignment दूंगा तो कल 5 बजे तक assignment submit करना is compulsory. And the bottom line is those 15 marks of internal assessment. ठीक है? So at any point of time, any kids does not submit the assignment, those 15 marks become zero automatically. So please, and I have shared with you guys all the time that being wrong in class is expected. Making a wrong assertion or commit statement in the class is totally okay. There is no harm in it. However, business means the design, development, manufacture, marketing, distribution, or sales, including solicitation of sales of and provision of foundry services and other services related to power products. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ यार? ये तो बहुत मुश्किल. कौन है ये? मामूनी. हाँ बेटा, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? What is it that you have written? So it is more like a riddle. मतलब ही समझ नहीं आ रहा है. If you have searched on internet, then you have only transposed the words. I am talking about the business part, and you are telling me the definition of power business. Okay? These two are different contexts for us. These two are different, totally different terminologies for us. Power business is when a business is, अभी तो बेटा हम लोग खत्म ही नहीं किए सीएसआर, तो मैं कैसे इसकी समरी बता दूं? अभी तो
So
क्या
I'm getting
पॉइंट?
confused.
So just ask your question. Your voice is loud and clear. You can ask by speaking. You don't have to write. There are some power sources. No, beta. I tell you, actually, as it happens now, that whenever business starts employing the people, the goals of business become aligned with the goals of people. I am working in a company only because, and I want to make that company more profitable only because I know the more profit the company is gonna earn, the more salary I would be getting. So my personal objectives are aligned with the objectives of the company, and that alignment makes me more attached with the company. And more number of people are always indicative of the power. जितने ज्यादा लोग किसी चीज के साथ अटैच होंगे ना, लाइक ऑल दीज पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स, व्हाट डू दे शो अस द नंबर्स कि इतना सारा लोग उनकी एक कॉल पे सड़क पे आ जाता है. दैट्स व्हाई वी बिलीव दैट दे आर वेरी पावरफुल. So the more number of people are associated with any activity or organization or person, the more powerful that person is considered. Because 1 plus 1 is equal to 11 is not only a cliched textbook dialogue. 1 plus 1 can be can perform like 11. So the more number of people are associated with the business, the more power business is able to acquire only because they have more brain, they have more hands, and they have more feet. Right? So political theories tell us that business power, the power that business acquires by hiring a more number of people, should be used to give a correct course of action to the politics also. Politics is about popularity, and the things which are not popular, they might not gain the political attention. Right? Business is about maximizing the profit or wealth. Anything which is not maximizing the profit or the wealth, anything which is not able to convert the raw material into finished goods, is not of interest to the business. Right? So the popular things should gain the business attention, and the profitable things should gain the political attendance. And these two things should match in sync with one another. And this is what the political theories are telling, that by being socially responsible, the business is able to acquire more power. That power should be used politically or in political arena to give a correct course of action to the decisions which are only political in nature. And now, Shadakshi, yeah, please tell me your question. I just missed the part. You started speaking and then you stopped speaking. Shadakshi?
So utilitarian theory. I'm getting confused in this theory.
Okay, fine. See, this word is derived from the word utility. Anything which is gonna maximize the utility is gonna be good for us, all the individuals, right? This part, I think, this first line is should be easy to understand. If utility is maximum, then the product is more acceptable, right? Businesses are supposed to give us the products which are having the maximum utility. Maximum utility would come only with the quality. The more quality a product has, the more utility it would serve. This quality would come only when a good technology, a good set of machinery, and good set of workers are employed by the business. Right? So, in order to give us the quality products, the business are required to acquire quality technology, quality machinery, and quality raw material with qualified people. In order to get the quality technology, you need educated people. In order to get qualified people, again you need educated people. In order to get quality raw material, again you need to get the people who are actually able to select or differentiate between good raw material or bad raw material. Right? So all this is coming back to the quality of people or quality of education that the country is having. There are certain countries which are way too advanced in terms of quality